What's going on, y'all? Let's get TikTok in the house. All right, I think we're rolling. Welcome to part 2 of developing a journal. This is issue 488, the career journal. The idea here is we want you to be tracking your wins and even your pain points and your learnings, as well as you might want to do other stuff. But those are the kind of main intents. And then I did give in other categories so you can use it for arbitrary journaling if you want. This is intended to help you drive your career in a number of ways. These incremental wins allow you to mint or generate behavioral anecdote stories. They also allow you to create a promotion track record. And so that's kind of the idea here. It started with that and then it grew from there. So what else are we doing? In the future, there will be the ability to publicly publish either raw notes or formatted forms, like remixed forms. So you can take these notes and have an AI tool, and this is actually in the code now, have the AI tool scan through your posts by keyword over a time range and then you'll have a collection of notes, and then you can turn that into your story. So that's already in the code. But you can also potentially do poems or ordinary blog posts or social media posts, and then repost to Twitter, repost to Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on. That bit, posting to other social media, is not implemented, and posting publicly, even within Latterly, is not currently implemented, but it will be. It will be. Okay, so this is part 2. You can go back and watch part 1 if you're interested. I think that gives you the background. Let's get into some code. What are we doing right now? We're seeding practices. So as you go through this daily journal, we want the tool to give you next steps or tailored advice. One of the things that the tool can do is suggest the use of various practices. Let me give you a few examples of these. Okay, so this is the seeder. We're saving these to the database. And compliment a team member. Just a simple practice. The language model categorized this as an improvement to communication. I think it also improves teamwork and collaboration and attitude. Connect on social media. The idea here is for like networking, actually. Mindfulness meditation. I don't know about this one. I don't think we need that one. Intermittent fasting, maybe. Yeah, this is a good practice to try out. If you're able to tolerate, this could improve your health, and then it can also improve your time management. So actually, it's a time management technique to spend less time on food. This is like a real-time management technique. If you go to the Latterly blog, dozens of time management techniques, and one of them is be healthy, just because if you're healthier, that's more productive, and being more productive is isomorphic to having more time, right? With respect to productivity. But minimize cooking. I literally suggest try one meal a day and try doing healthy pre-made food options, meal kits delivery. A lot of people are worried about doing too much delivery. If you can find a healthy source of delivery, it's going to cost a little more, but it can save you time. So it could be a good return on investment. Something to consider. It doesn't mean it's a good idea for everyone. All right. So you get the idea around practices, right? Here I'm going to feed RM undesired practice. So trying to seed the database, there was an error, and let's see if Cursor has fixed it. So we'll try to seed this again. Issue remains. What do you got, Cursor? Let's see. Cool. Looks like it's working. Oh no. Invalid create. So does this thing exist? Yeah, we have this model. Let me check in my database. The table is there. And even the practices were successfully loaded. I'm seeing 13. Connect. Cool. It looks good to me. So what was the issue? Let's see. Insert into journal practice. This all succeeded. I don't know. Something happened afterwards. Let's see if it understands. It's claiming connection problem, but it's been connecting fine. So I don't really understand. Okay. Maybe it was just some kind of like temporary issue. And there's still 13, so it appears idempotent as desired. Okay, so this is going to be fix seeds. We'll push that. And now let's try to run the build, because I noticed earlier. Okay. We're using the wrong version of Node. Okay, so I noticed earlier that the Vercel build had an issue. So we'll focus on fixing that next. You see there's some red X's here. Yeah, like we removed this entity. So journal.get workstreams. So this is creating the journal page. This is going to require authentication, but it currently doesn't require premium. I actually do want requires premium. Okay, so now we require, you need to be signed into a premium account to use this feature. So we have two cases. Let's ensure it knows AI instructions. So there's the Copilot instructions, right? What are you working on? Slay, what's going on? We're working on a career journaling application. So do you know what a brag book is, or like a win sheet, a win document? So this tool will help you remember. It's like an accountability partner, an AI accountability partner. So it will help remind you to fill out your wins and also your pain points and your learnings on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis as you select. And then it will help you on that basis create anecdotes for your interviews, like STAR method anecdotes. And then also it can help you create content. Is this Cursor? Yep, we're using Cursor. And you're using React as a SPA. No, this is not an SPA. This is Next.js. This is a multi-page application. Is this a mobile app? Nope, it's a website, latterly.io. You can go check it out now. Why not TypeScript? We're using TypeScript. This is TypeScript. You see the types? No problem. Did you design the website too? Yep. Can you show the website really quick? Let's see if it's in a working state. So I'll try to run it. So there were some build errors, so I'm not sure if it's going to be running properly, but yeah, we'll give it a shot. Here's the production website, by the way. So this is the production website. We got dark mode as well. This is the production website. You can sign up with the Discord for free. Get access to this checklist, walk you through how to learn to code, land your first or next programming role, the job search, and all that. Blog. There's a blog with lots of evidence-based tips, like how to get good at LeetCode. And what we're doing now, so there's the LeetCode tool as well, the job search tool, and courses. What we're doing now is making a journaling tool that's going to go right here. So this is production, and now we're on localhost, right? And you can see under Grow, there's this journal tool. So this is localhost, and this is what it currently looks like. I'm not super stoked about this, but this is what it currently looks like. What do you think? It's open source, by the way. You're free to contribute. Contributions welcome. If you think the video is interesting so far, throw some likes on the video. Looks good. Thank you so much. Get entries appears to be called over and over and over. Okay, so yeah, that's not good. Journal page. And maybe that's coming from the journal entry list. Can you develop and design mobile apps too? I can. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to charge you, but I can. Should work streams be stored? No, they should not. They should not be stored at all. This is a deprecated, this is an obsolete entity. It was intended to allow query of journal entries, of related journal entries. But now we just use hashtags in keyword search. Is that Cursor? Go. Yep, we got Cursor. Cursor with Claude Sonnet. That's what we're doing. Works streams should not be used at all, and the user should not be asked about them. Is the current data structure? Yes. Have a look. By the way. Okay, cool. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Go. Thanks for the gift. If you are on TikTok, by the way, you can go to the link in my bio and you might be able to see better on YouTube, just so you know. Using my phone here on TikTok. Over 70 likes. I appreciate you. Thanks, Just. Oh, Slay 7, I guess it is. SLEI 7. Thank you so much. Okay, so I killed the server because it was making repeated calls on this journal entry entity. Once Cursor patches this up, I will spin it back up and we can see how it looks. Part 2 of a 3-part series. The first stream is saved on YouTube, just so you know. You can also just sign up free at the website, ladderly.io. Link should be in the bio. We have a Discord, hundreds of people. You can grow your social network, chat about tech stuff, share memes. It's great. Cool. We love deleting lines of code. Love that. Okay, so I'm staging this. And then fix potentially repeated calls by adding options to set query. Nice. Cursor versus Gemini in the IDE. They are not opposing. I can use Gemini right here if I want to. So I can use Gemini inside of Cursor. I have found that Gemini 2.5 is a model that will add a lot of comments that I don't want. What AI writes the best code right now? I am a fan of Cursor with Claude Sonnet. Now, there are arguably better AI for particular tasks, but I really like this one because I can use it for my side projects and on the job. So I like that it's widely used and supported. So I'm going to go with that, even though you can find some other tools that do better on certain leaderboards or whatever, but I'm a big fan of Cursor. So we're still getting a bunch of calls that we shouldn't be getting. Nicholas, thank you. Does Cursor make the code any better, or is it the same as just asking Claude online? It's pretty close to the same. It's pretty close to the same. Cursor will allow you to use MCP tools if you have them. But the real reason that Cursor, the composer in your IDE, is an advantage over using the website is that I don't have to keep switching back and forth. So literally just staying in your IDE, that's kind of the point of an IDE. It's supposed to be an integrated development environment, right? So it's calling every 100 milliseconds or so. You get a big productivity advantage out of that. Developer feedback loop, get cracked. Okay, cool. Have you tried Claude Code or OpenAI Codex? I'm not impressed. No, I haven't worked with them. I don't want to leave my IDE. I don't want to just use the command line. I want my IDE. Bishop, thank you. I don't know. Go look. Okay, so it's going to use the stale time. I guess that's fine. Why do I want to refresh every 5 minutes? Sorry, I'm not understanding. You're going to make some Vim user mad. No, I like Vim, but you don't do everything. Okay, yeah. If you're one of those people that's like do everything in Vim, like get out. That's ridiculous. You use Vim where it makes sense. Like there's cases to use it when you need to shell into a container or whatever. If you want to make a quick configuration file change that's out of your workspace, those are good use cases. But using Vim all the time, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Bishop says, I really need to learn scripting. Yeah, it's useful. Is Cursor Free powerful enough, or do you pay for Pro? I highly recommend Pro. I highly recommend Pro. Is it good enough is not the right mental model. Is it good enough is not the right mental model. If you want to get cracked, you want to maximize your return on investment. So the better question is Pro a good return on investment? Absolutely it is. Not married to any tool. The goal is to ship code. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. And more people are going to use an IDE that's similar to VS Code than they're going to be stuck in Vim. So if you're working solo, like do whatever you want, but I'm an open source maintainer. There's multiple contributors. I'm a team lead at a company, and like we need to do stuff that other people can work with, right? Okay, so it's actually not necessary for a journaling application. Would you like me to update the code to make this change? And so we'll say yes. Yes, please. I should have said yes, please. Infinity. Nice. What are these linter errors, huh? So did it fix it? So is loading. Let's go check it out. Okay, I'm not seeing a complaint. It looks good to me. I wish more open source maintainers had your mindset. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Slee, can you check your message when you can? Yeah, absolutely. Whenever the live stream's done, I'll take a look. Thanks for being here. Yo, it's still happening. Get user entries. I'm going to have to look at it myself, aren't I? All right, so let me look at it myself. Thanks for sharing the live. This is actually a different problem than previously, so that's not as big a deal to me. Get user entries. Okay. So here's some candidate problematic regions of code. And so here, stale time infinity looks good to me. Okay. And this one could be the issue. Potentially. Okay, so it made a change that it thinks works. Let's look at this query client. Nope, it's still making changes. Why is it editing the query client? I'm reverting the query client change. There is nothing wrong with the client. The issues are in the UI. Okay, so let's look for this again. And what I want to know is this form on the main page? It is, right? So create journal entry form. While it does that, I will see if the build is fixed. Yeah, it found the issue over there. That was exactly the issue. Yep. Okay. Good to have a theory in mind and then have AI confirm or deny rather than just letting the AI steer the ship, right? Okay, so we'll do the build issues in a separate commit. This is a pretty hefty commit all by itself, eh? Nice. Okay, we're not seeing the repeated calls. We are no longer seeing the repeated calls. Cool. Okay. Why are there two save entry buttons? Okay, we will do one thing at a time. So this is fix undesired, or let's just say fix repeated calls. Now I want to say why do I see two save entry buttons? Go says, while working with Cursor, do you let it do most of the grunt work and you tweak? Yes, absolutely. Or how do you go about your projects? I look at it more as a sandwich go. So I am going to make sure that I have carefully crafted AI instructions that describe the situation. So let me show you Copilot instructions. All right, I have a generator script that creates Copilot instructions. It makes sure that the tool has an understanding of what the code base looks like in terms of the folder structure. It knows all the different file names. It can see that they are grouped by domain. So there's a courses thing. So I am responsible for contextualizing the model up front, letting it know what we want to do, letting it know how the project looks, right? Then I cut the model loose, and I'm pretty permissive with what I let it do under two conditions. One, I'm going to do a thorough peer review when it's done. So I'll have kind of a loose leash while it's mid process. Instead of reverting, I'll occasionally revert things, but I'm more likely to reprompt and have it try to fix itself. There's some caveats there. If I'm in a large file and I can see that it's doing the section by section lookup, then that means that the relevant context has been purged out of its context window. So sometimes there I have to step in. Or if it turns into like a stupid snowball, if it starts making mistakes, I either need to revert the context window to the last checkpoint and probably do some cleanup on the code, right? So lots of small commits so that I can ideally just like get to a stable commit. That's kind of my workflow during the course. And then I'm pretty permissive with what I let it do. If I see an error, I'll just bring it the error. In cases where it seems to persistently fail to understand the error, I'm going to do like a 3 strikes rule basically before I step in. I like to prompt with questions like why do this, why do that? And I also like to have a general preferred architecture in mind. And so if it does something else, I'm not going to immediately revert or reject, but I'm going to ask it, why did you do X instead of Y? And I've seen it sometimes give a good answer. And then in other times I've seen it say like, oh, you're so right, let me switch over. And that's fine too. So I look at it as a sandwich. I contextualize it, and then I will pretty much cut it loose, but I'll work with it back and forth. And then at the end, before we go to merge to main, right? Before we go to merge the pull request, I have hard gates, my unit tests, my types, my build. That is, in addition to like my review, I also trust these tools to catch a whole bunch, and they do a great job of catching a whole bunch of issues. And with the trade-off there, by having these hard gates in front of my production environment, so I'm never going AI straight to main. I'm not doing that. That vibe coding, there's a difference between vibe coding and idiot coding, okay? I'm not going AI generated goofball straight to main or straight to my database. No, sir, no, ma'am, okay? We have hard gates, and because I have those hard gates, I'm allowed to give it a little looser leash during the process. And I love that trade-off. Instead of during the process needing to like really tightly vet every step and then being permissive at the end where a problem might get through anyway without the gates. So I make really strong use of those gates as well. Does that make sense? Thanks for the follow, Trey. Paul, what models do you utilize the most? It's Claude Sonnet 3.7, hands down. Awesome. Thank you. My pleasure. Great question. Great question. Thanks for being here. Okay, so it is asking me to let it know which I prefer. So the issue is that you have 2 save entry buttons showing up there because there are 2 defined. One comes from the form component submit text prop. Let me go look at this. Nice. So we're using the form we're supposed to be using. That makes me happy. This is create journal entry form, and it has its own save entry. That makes sense to me. What's this other thing? The second is manually added at the bottom of the form. I feel like I shouldn't have that one. right? Okay, so it's going to update to get rid of that extra button and to make sure that we're not trusting the client to enforce our business rules. So the client can enforce the business rule as a matter of bringing feedback faster to the user. So that's a better user experience. We love to see it. But we don't want to trust the client to be gatekeeping if there's a real business rule that we want to protect our database from excessive writes or reads or updates or whatever, or authorization, access control, all of that needs to be done on the server. We're not just trusting the client. We can have an additional, I like two-sided validation. So I like to validate it on the client, but that's in addition to the validation on the server. It's not a substitute or alternative. Bimmer Codex, I enjoy Windsurf more. It hallucinates less. Show me your data. I'd like to see it. So last time I checked, Windsurf was a IDE, not a model, and IDEs don't hallucinate, models do. So I totally don't understand why you think Windsurf hallucinates less. Cool, so now we got just the one button. I think it looks better. All right, and then the server is already checking. Cool. All right, so the server, we're already doing a two-side validation. Awesome. So this is fix don't have two submit buttons, right? Hey, we're starting to put together something that looks kind of sensible, believe it or not. What happened today? I built a career journal tool. Hashtag win, hashtag winning, hashtag yeah, buddy. Okay. Content is required. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? I added content to the text area and clicked, what did I click? I clicked save entry. But I got an error, content is required. Are we losing state somehow? Bimmer Codex, I used the same model on both. Windsurf somehow had better model outputs, even using Claude 3.7. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's that sounds sus to me, dude. Is there research on this? So what it sounds like is it sounds like coincidence, right? It sounds like you had a bad experience with Cursor one day and you had a good experience with Windsurf one day. But I don't know if that's consistent. You see what I'm saying? Sounds like coincidence to me. I believe you. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that's like statistically true or whatever. Frodo Bobbins in the house. Let's go. If you want magic, you came to the right place, babe. I need better dark mode support. I made a career journal tool. Nice. I made a career journal tool. How did it detect career? Let's go. How did you detect that, dude? I ate yummy food. Okay, it thinks it's career anyway. It thinks it's career anyway. Oh, no, that's my fault. Okay, career related entry. I didn't notice that. How is Replit compared to Windsurf? Thoughts? You're asking me or you're asking Bemer Codex? Replit has, so last time I used Replit, it was not good, but it's better now. So I cannot give an up-to-date answer on Replit. What I would say is last I checked, Lovable is winning. Like Lovable over Replit last I checked. That's what I would say. Okay, so I made a career journal tool. Cool. All right, so here is, what are we fixing? Fix content propagation. Okay, so let's enhance dark mode style support across the journal page and related subcomponents. Let's get some exclamation points in there. Get excited, buddy. We need to get Cursor excited. Wow, it took all the excitement right out of it. It got immediately dry. Here I see it invoked thought. That could be a thought tool. So that could be like a built-in MCP or something like that. So if there are IDE specific tools, and if Windsurf is better at them, then that would be one way for that difference to occur that is systematic, right? Boom, look at that. That's nice. Is this VS Code? No, this is Cursor, which is a fork of VS Code that integrates an AI agent. All right, y'all, go sign up at Latterly. This feature is going to be rolling out in the next 2 days. I want you to take advantage of it. And if you want access to deep journaling, I'm going to ask you to join the waitlist. Boom. Whoa, let's go. Ew. The dark mode on the deep journaling widget is not readable. We can just revert that one. It'll just stay that color. That's fine. Thanks for the follow. Hey, if you're on TikTok, by the way, you can go over to YouTube. The link is in my bio, and you might be able to see the screen better. Shout out to everyone on YouTube. How's it going? And do we have a couple people? Do we have someone on Twitch? I guess I don't have it broken down by platform. But if you're here from Twitch, welcome in. Frodo says, you man rocking. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Frodo. Thank you. Okay, I want it to style the daily practice as well. Great content. Arturo, thank you so much, Arturo. We'll get this working. Then we will fix the build, and that'll be it for today's stream. I love that we were able to make this this win right here. So after we do a bunch of these in the next stream, I hope you'll follow the channel and tune in for the next stream. In the next stream, oh, nice. Suggested practice exercise. I actually should go exercise. I need to use my own damn tool, bro. Wow. Okay. Thanks. Okay. In my next stream, I want to try to generate the star method anecdote output. That's what we're going to do in the next stream. And enable reminders. That should even pop up like when you're on other places in the app. I think that should pop up as well. Jambo, quality is low, struggling to read the text. Sorry, Jambo. Thanks for the feedback. Let's see. Does that help at all? Let me know if that helped at all. Kevin, what makes you vibe code it over taking AI help? I kind of think they're the same thing, right? I mean, I think it's just a matter of how much work you're letting the AI do. Like if I'm chilling, I'm vibing. That's how I think about it. If I'm chilling, I'm vibing. So if I feel like I don't have to work that hard, then I call it vibe coding. You could call it taking AI help. I mean, it doesn't, I don't have a core attachment to the vibe word. You know what I mean? What's red over here? Seeing red again. So this is the practice section component. Practice section. Yo, get into it. I like my emojis. It's 720 overall. Is it possible to get 1080p? You know, I wish I could, but I can't. I am using the Restream Web tool, and that one limits the DPI. Sorry, man. In other streams, I could do better, but not right now. Not right now. Sorry about that. I don't know what red line is. Oh, here it is. In the practice section.tsx, I see. Okay, so I think we got all the dark mode we wanted. I think it's looking pretty good over there. Bam! Hold on, let your pupils adjust. Bam! Bam! Okay, I'll leave it in dark mode now. Kevin says, no, I mean getting autocomplete help from AI. I'm asking because when I find I let AI take the wheel, I get very frustrated. Yeah, I don't know when you joined, but I talked about this earlier. I have a sandwich approach. So maybe you want to watch the stream back, and you can even look at the transcript on YouTube, and you will be able to like get to the part, look for the part where I use the word sandwich, okay? And I have a process to mitigate all this stuff. You can also look at my blog. Look, vibe coding is frustrating if you do it wrong, and it's awesome if you do it right. So under debugging techniques, chat, this is a free article. A lot of my sauce you got to pay for. This one is so undervalued, and it's free. It's like one of my probably 3 most valuable free articles, debugging tips. Within the debugging tips, there is vibe coding tips. So I think you should read the whole article, because when we talk about vibe coding, some of it is prevention and some of it is remediation. And the tips from all the other sections will actually help with both. Vibe coding tips is just more specific around AI-driven development. But really, all this stuff plays into some degree. So this will make your life awesome. Okay? Just read it. It's Estimated reading time, 12 minutes. It'll make your life awesome. Jambo, do you have a full-time job? Yes, sir. I've been programming over 10 years. I'm a staff software engineer at a fintech unicorn, over $1 billion company. Get remote work. It's a ton of fun. I love it. Like, I don't know if you program or not, but I like definitely encourage programming as a career, you know? So we talk about vibe coding. It's fun. You can vibe code on the weekend, not take it too seriously. But Monday through Friday, like, let's get in the trenches. Let's get in the trenches. You know what I mean? I recommend it. I think it's fun. Benny says, link, ? It's latterly.io. So link should be in the bio, Benny. But laterally, like you're climbing a ladder, you're climbing that corporate ladder. That's what we're here for. Let's accelerate your tech career. And so then you can go to the blog. It's under the Grow tab. You can also join the Discord for free. Okay, but you can go to the blog, and we were talking about the debugging tips article in particular. Dr. Bolt, thank you for the question. Dr. Bolt says, where do I get this article? And there's your answer. It's blog article number 24, latterly.io/blog. Okay. All right. Found it. Thanks. You got it, man. Thank you for being here. Let's see what our AI is doing now, huh? Did we get it fixed? And so here, this is feature. This is journal dark mode. Make journaling dark again. NPM run. Oh, I want to deactivate. Deactivate. I don't know why my virtual environment was on. NPM run dev. NPM run dev. Dr. Bolt says, hey, I started using Replit and it made what I wanted beyond what I could imagine. Hooked it up to Supabase. Supabase is goated, right? For Latterly, I use Supabase. I highly recommend Supabase. I love it. I almost even went, I've won like one of their hackathons. I almost even went to work for those people. Like, I really like those guys. Not only is the tool cool, but the people are cool. You know what I mean? You made a mistake in your code there. Oh no. What's the mistake? I'm not seeing an issue. Yeah, let me know if you see it. Maybe that was a joke. If that was a joke, that was a pretty good joke. Thank you for the likes. Okay, what are we doing now? We're just trying to get the build working now. NPM. Oh, I did run dev when I meant to do run build. Okay, that's on me. What's going on, huh? Bad option. Did we switch node version again? I thought I set that earlier. Oh, because I started a new terminal, did I? I'm actually not sure. But then I think I told it too much to do, and after that, I could not make progress. Yep. Check out the vibe coding tips. Like I said, that's how it goes, right? Like, it's helpful with projects of a certain scale, but if it starts getting complicated, the models get confused. The models start to get confused. That's how it is. There are ways that you can architect your code base to facilitate continued performance. One is going to be create a fresh thread and then focus in a particular domain, take it one feature at a time. So try to architect your code base, and this is how Latterly is, right? It's feature-oriented, domain-oriented folder structure, so that I'm not asking the AI to consider every file at the same time. It's like too much for most tools. Actually, Cursor is pretty good at indexing the entire code base, not gonna lie. But it's not gonna all get in the context window. Have you heard of V0? Yeah, V0 is good for Next.js applications. What I don't like about V0, last time I used it, I'm not able to bring the code down to my local machine. So I can like toy with it in the web, but I want it in my GitHub version control. I want to own it, right? I want to be able to control it. and V0 really got in my way with that. But it's pretty good at some stuff, and it's good at knowing the best practices for Next.js, which I like. We go in line 95. What do we got going on over there? 95. Okay, I think we got all the errors, and then a bunch of like optional stuff too. No, sorry. I think there's like two. I think there's like two left, but we'll say fix most build errors. So it steamed a couple of my fixes here. That was a bummer. $22. We got refresh. Okay, so there was a few more than I thought. Oopsie. We need to weight our refetches. 59. What do we do with the other invalidations? We void them. Void. Here we awaited. Okay, I'll await. Whenever you're not sure between await and void, it's better to go ahead and await. The reason that I won't just swap this in for an await is because I don't want to go functionally test. You need to do a functional test to make sure that it's not disturbing, like there's not like a race condition. So you have to actually test it. So I'm going to leave the other cases alone because apparently they were working. Where should I start learning programming? You should sign up at laterally.io and use the checklist. Right there, complete the standard checklist. See you on the other side. Line 5. Okay. Line 65. Okay. $129. Oh, okay. I see. All right. Well, that's not a big deal. That's an error. That's kind of crazy. I'm not seeing any errors really, except for the one file now. Can you buy me cursor? No, sir. Get a job, bud. Imagine if I tried to buy everyone cursor. That would not work at all. Oh no, I don't like this. All right, so let's do a functional test. Well, I guess let's make sure that the build is passing now first. Yep, so we got the build passing now. Before we commit, let's do a functional test. I need to check the CSV parsing as well as the journal stuff we've been doing. Okay, so here I added dark mode to the career journal. Ooh, I like the yellow styling there. That's great. Okay, all right, so this looks good. Now let's go to the job tool and we'll delete this old one. Okay, we'll edit something here. Ew, this is not good. Create job search modal needs better dark mode support. In particular, the text needs to be light when dark mode is active to ensure readability. All right, so we'll break up the commits. Let's call that temp2 CSV. Okay, it seems fine. Now here's the real CSV parsing test is workspace, laterally. I think I left the file in the blog, source in the blog folder. Yep, temp3.ignoreme.csv. And this is tried on Saturday. Okay, it worked fine. Great. Great. Okay, I think that's fine. Oh, yikes. It's hard to read, though. Love you.
Could I give you something? You know how you said we're going to get Hooks this weekend?
Sure.
See you later.
See ya. So these applications, what are we iterating on? Okay, so this looks better. But not this bit. Not this bit. So the issue here is that the title literally vanishes in dark mode. Yeah. I think that looks better. Okay. Um, So we made the text slider. Is that Tailwind? What's up, Ryan? Yeah, we're using Tailwind. Okay, but that's still, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Thoughts on using Tailwind and Material UI together? It's generally not needed. That's my thought. I mean, I guess it's fine, but it's like two tools that have overlapping scope, right? So I'd try not to. Material UI has theming though. Material UI is not just components. Material UI has theming, and Tailwind is more typically used with like ShadCN. So there are other components or like Lucid icons. There are component libraries that are built for compatibility with Tailwind. Yeah. So ShadCN is a big one. Oh no, that's not what I want. I meant the small card. Dark Shadow XL, dark. So that's not it, huh? So there's some other layer there, huh? All right, well, that's on me. It's this one. No, still something here. So it's this one. It's this one, but the style is not pushed out to the padding. That's going to be in the page component, isn't it? It's in the small card itself. Okay, it's in the small card itself. It's in the small card itself. Well, what did I do before? Thought I did that before. Okay, it's not going to work on the card anyway. So this is like, That's weird, right? I don't know why that's a thing, to be honest with you. It says undefined. We might end up reverting this because this is taking like more time than I meant to spend on it. Inner class name. Oh, dude, am I just on the wrong page? That's pretty embarrassing. Huh. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, that's what it was. Great. Okay, so we'll stage that. And then I need to go to the child page here. Amazing. Is Tailwind your favorite CSS tool? Yeah. Do you even have CSS files with Tailwind? You can, but mostly no. You do it through JavaScript and TypeScript. Yeah, I think this looks good. And then this is tolerable. And we'll just time box that. So dark mode, better style. Cool. Try the build once more. Nice. I'll try Tailwind. Cool. Yeah, I recommend it. Love to see it. All right. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for being here. See you later.